Hello everyone, for this review we have the Transformers 1 Bumblebee B-127. This is in the main line, so this is not the studio series, but the kind of more, I guess, more targeted toward kids line. With that said, so far these, quote unquote basic line figures have been pretty cool. There's a lot of products in this line, and I'm trying to remember what these are officially called. Like, they're called core changers or something like that. They don't really say it on the box, but out of all the kid focused simple stuff, this is the more advanced of all of that. Kind of like a step between the kid stuff and the collector style, legacy stuff. So we get some nice rendering from the movie of his alt mode, big Transformers 1 logo. You can touch and feel this thing. So if you pick this up in the store, best believe some kids have touched it already. You can see some parts down in there. Looks like his chest is down in there. So on the top, you get this movie poster look. On the side, some nice artwork. On the other side, more poster artwork. UPC on the bottom. And then on the back, you get what kind of looks like legacy style product demonstration. Shows the vehicle molds, and then he's got this gimmick where his chest comes out, and you can see he's got almost called it Allspark. He's got a transforming car cog there, which is part of the big story thing with this movie. Okay, so that is the outer packaging. Let's get him out. He's got an instruction booklet and some legal paperwork. And you've got this insert. You got his big old feet. He's got a bladed weapon up here, an arm cannon down here, and then the little chest piece there. Nothing else. So let's get him all the way out and take a look at the figure. Okay, so here he is out of the package, and you will need to clean him up a little bit. So this flap in the back is kind of like this, and you just lift it up, peg it in. Pretty simple. This little cog. I'm gonna see if this comes out. I don't think it does, but it's painted and modeled like this is a separate piece, but it does not come out. And the chest piece just tabs in. It's not permanent, but it tabs in very secure. And he does come with a hand blaster attachment. And this is hand specific, so that's going to go on his right side or his left hand. And then he has the blade. Oops, dropped it. And it's going to go on the other hand. And it looks a little weird, like it's bent. But looking at the hand, I think this is going to line up pretty good. So it's designed so that it will become straight with the main part of the arm. So going over the figure real quick. This is a simple figure, but it's pretty nice. Nice Autobot logo. He's got good use of paint up here in the chest. The yellow is it's kind of reflective, not in an extreme way, but it's got kind of like this high gloss to it. Maybe there's like speckles, in the plastic. It's hard to describe, but it registers as more than just like plain yellow. Um, and the hue of the yellow definitely is kind of like got this gold kind of tint to it. So that's kind of cool. He does have some pretty big feet, but Bumblebee generally has those front car pieces, so that's kind of kind of fits in with the character. Um, this definitely is like the advanced form where he can transform. So I think one of the big differences is he has the little ears in that mode. Another thing of note is the inner legs are pretty gappy, but this has to do with the way he transforms. This is a $20 figure, so I'm sure we'll get a studio series, but I could see a company making some kind of leg filler for that. That'd be really simple. But because it's on the inside, it doesn't really stand out. Like it's fine. Like for a figure, this is pretty cool. Um, Here's the back, so you can take a look at that. It cleans up pretty well. There is some hollowness here, but they did try to do something clever to, make it look purposeful. So that's kind of cool. So that is the figure for the most part. So his price point and the line that he comes from. This is the Optimus that also comes in that line. These do not scale well at all, but I guess they're the same hunk of plastic, same, complexity. I will say, and I've got a video if you want to take a look at it, but the transformation on this is pretty clever. I'm kind of curious how this guy is going to be. So we look at Studio Series, and Studio Series is a bit bigger. And looking at the trailers and stuff, like Bumblebee's not like this little tiny guy. Um, so I think this scale works pretty well. So if you want to get this guy, to tide you over until they make a studio series, this is a way to go. And last, just want to show him off with Fall of Cybertron Bumblebee. He's a little bit taller. Um, Although they do not look the same at all. Uh, these are two Cybertronian Bumblebees. It's just interesting to see like design principles and kind of reimagining and all that stuff. Um, I really like this design. I think this design actually works really well for a Cybertronian design too. So whoever came up with these looks or helped work on the looks, I think they did a good job with these. So that is our robot comparison. Let's get him into vehicle mode and take a look at that. Okay, so here he is in vehicle mode, and you can tell that they tried to. I get the sense that they're trying to make this like he's a literal Earth Bumblebee morphed into a car because he's kind of got like the wings pointed out the back, the front. He's got little blue lights and a little grill, like little mouth. It does have some design elements with War for Cybertron, like especially with the wheels. The idea that there's not a cockpit, there's not a place for a human to sit. It's just you don't need all that. So you have kind of like this particular style front end that kind of serves more like a sensor array or something. Um, the wheels do roll. Um, so even though they're kind of like functionally like parts of the shoulders and legs, they do actually roll. They roll pretty good. That's neat. You can combine the two weapons. and then stick the weapon in these little pegs at the top. And they engineered it like it centers and it looks good, and I think that's pretty cool. So here is Fall of Cybertron Bumblebee. I don't have him tabbed in all the way. He's kind of difficult to get put together, but you get the idea, and you can see um I don't know if they were influenced, but like the wheel design is very similar. The whole I think you could have these two in the same universe, and somebody say, "Yeah, these guys, these are both Autobots." Um, there's clearly some translation with the Transformers One design that they wanted to get to come across. So I think that's kind of cool. Um, and just because I got them nearby, here is Studio Series Bumblebee. This guy's quite a bit bigger, but not not quite the same figure line. So all in all, this is pretty cool. Even though this is like the not the collector's line, this is actually a really cool figure. He did end up having some interesting transformation characteristics, similar to the Optimus. Like there's this folding that happens with the shoulders into the chest. Um, this accordion like transformation reminded me a lot of Jazz from War from Cybertron from the old Generations line. And the profile is actually a little bit closer to Jazz than, the War for Cybertron Bumblebee too. So that's kind of interesting. So I would say definitely pick this figure up. I'm sure we'll get a Studio Series one, but it's pretty fun. It's got some slightly complex transformation, and it looks good, and it pairs pretty well with Studio Series Optimus. So that's the review. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, tune in to more videos coming up soon. And if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. Thank you.